there, my name is Farah and welcome to my YouTube channel where tonight I will be reviewing 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days Season 3. It's episode 11. I had to check. This one is called Hard to Say I'm Sorry. I know one thing it's hard to say. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Although we take with the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Give her an a cappella group. Honey, she needs to join En Vogue. Where's En Vogue? Honey, call Dawn Richardson. Boyz II Men was my first concert. And at one point, they rushed the stage with red roses. And I ran up there. And I thought I wasn't going to be able to get one, so I turned away. And I realized they had brought more red roses, so I ran back. But by the time I actually got there, they were gone. But if I hadn't ever turned back the first time, if I had just kept running, I would have gotten a rose. It is such a metaphor for life. It's a downer. Okay, first couple is Tim and Jennifer. One N, two Fs, she doesn't give one. So Tim calls Veronica, and Veronica picks up like she always does, 5 times a day, honey, you know what I'm saying? On the toilet she picks up, driving she picks up. He expresses some second guessing, some doubts, and Veronica pounces. First of all, she's like, oh my God, I wasn't even thinking you were going here. I thought you were just 100%, but now that I know that, she starts picking. Well, you absolutely shouldn't do this. You know that, right? Like, you haven't even boned. So, like, let's follow that first. Like, what's happening there? Ha ha ha. And then that, of course, sends Tim down a spiral because his, like, best friend slash girlfriend slash mom slash baby mama, but that's not his kid. So he decides to take Jennifer on a picnic. And now this is a great picnic. I mean, it looked great. I mean, it was themed red stuff everywhere. You know, I feel like I love a picnic, so I really appreciated this. I think it's romantic. I feel like I always want a good cheese board, honey, and you better have like at least 3 to 4 different kind of cheese. No blue for me. That's a personal preference. I think it's stinky. Don't need it. But some grapes, some Marcona almonds, like a little loco honey or jam, an interesting textured cracker. She's getting right to the point. Because, you know, as I said, she don't give no F. Her name has enough. She's like, why won't you have sex with me? Do you not desire me? And he's like, yeah, I do desire you. Gosh, Tim is just so, like, he's just so tiny. A tiny man that it almost feels like through lifestyle choices has decided to make himself tinier. Somehow. Jennifer's like, are you gay? And it's like, this is now upsetting to me. I think this is upsetting. I think this is offensive. Because if Tim is anything other than cisgender and heterosexual, then they've sort of like hinted at this too much. And it's like, I think it's rude. I really do. Like, because now you just have a woman who's being like, are you gay? You're pussy. You know, you're just like, okay, well, if that is the case, can we just stop this? It's just not fun to watch. So Tim decides to propose a promise ring. Jennifer's face is not happy. God, what an interesting fake looking relationship. You know, I'm really over them. I don't like Tim and Jennifer. I just find it awkward, uncomfortable to watch. Like, I don't want to hear Tim be like, she wants sex and I'm not delivering the D. Like, I don't want to hear that. I'm done. I'm cool. You and Caesar can go on your merry way. Okay, so then Tim just like takes Jennifer to a spa, you know, because he won't touch her, so he's gonna pay someone else to. And they get a massage, they get facials, his favorite thing to do. And they go into a hot tub with masks on. Whoever does that, it's gonna sweat. The water is barely like to their knees. I don't get this. I guess she asks fake where the ring came from, fake. And instead of just saying Robbins Brothers, he's like, Veronica, won't you decide to bequeath it back to me? after I gave it to her years and years ago because it was her ring. And Jennifer is upset, gets out. Okay. Okay, Darcey, honey. And now we are in a brand new world. In this world, Tom and Darcey are total things. So they're going salsa dancing. And I mean, she looks great. She's beaming. He's like, you look like a diamond, you know? And she's like, hee 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 hee. Like the one you give me in a ring. Ha 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 ha. Everything is going, I guess, fine. They're going to go salsa dancing. This is something that Tom does all the time. He assures her. Big salsa dancer, that Tom. Loves it. Could be on Dancing with the Stars, either as a star or a professional dancer. And she's feeling herself, you know? They meet the sister's happy to see them, everything is real good. The sister and Tom dance, and they dance. They are moving and grooving, bro and sis. Yeah, I don't like it when siblings dance that much ever together. Even don't like it on So You Think You Can Dance. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of it. Just, I don't know, separate the two. Unless they're twins, then that's fine, I guess. Just for the shock value. So here's where we start to lose Darcey, because Darcey is a culture, Darcey culture, and she has to contend with dancing culture. Now here's what happens in dancing culture. Women just come up to Tom because he's like such a great dancer, such a great leader. Just keep coming up to him and just grabbing him. And that is hard for Darcey to take, because in Darcey land, it's all her. He's obsessed with her. It's all her all the time. No one looks at her man who understands her style. This proves difficult. She's watching Tom. Salsa dance? It's okay. Yeah, it's fine. You know, it's also okay. You know, like, yeah, they're not trying to make a living. And they couldn't, you know, he couldn't. But if he was going to make a living at all, it's because that sister is such a great dancer. The sister starts to see Darcey get upset about her brother on the floor. And she's like, Darcey, you're a whore on the dance floor. No truer words have ever been. You are a whore on the... I know I am, honey. There's not a time in which I'm more of a whore. Get me in bed and I'm like, tee hee hee. You know, I'm like a nun. But on the dance floor... Darcey is looking at these women dancing with Tom, and she's like, I'm better than her. And the person she's talking to is like a very basic, like 23-year-old who's like arguably the best dancer we're gonna see all night. So the sister takes Darcey outside, and the sister is like, no one's giving you love in a second, have they? Darcey's like, I have a fantasy of your brother. I've known him for 4 years. I want him to be this like really classy gent that just like buys me champagne all the time and just like loves me all the time and treats me like a princess. Is that bad? The sister's like, well, he is successful. So the sister's like, if you are this jealous person, it's not gonna work. He's gonna run away. And every person in Darcey's life is like, you about to lose him. You are going to lose him. You about to lose him. And the sister is like, exclusive? And Darcey starts crying because Darcey can do nothing but have all the emotions at one time. And Darcey's like, I am. I mean, I'm not. But yeah, I mean, who knows? And the sister's like, well, have you asked him? And Darcey's like, no. Have you just heard yourself? I can't come off as being desperate or jealous or weird. That's all I've come off as being. So no, I haven't asked him because I don't want to try and be that. And so it's like, just ask him. The minute they get back inside, she's like, brother, so Darcey has something to ask you, Darcey. And Darcey's like, Jesus, I mean, right now. Are you exclusive? And he's like, exclusive, is that an American thing? No. Are you asking if being monogamous is an American thing? It's like a traditional human thing for a lot of cultures. Not all of them, but like some that we've heard of traditionally. Now listen, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for these new kids. Okay, they're just like everyone, I guess, is polyamorous and like just that's what's happening now. And what weird traditional country are you from, weirdo, Darcey? But then he is like trying to qualify as an American thing to get jealous. And it's like, no, it's not even that. It's a Darcey thing. An other people thing. Is saying you're a salsa dancer when you're really not a British thing? Follow-up question. And then he's like, if you need validation, Yes, we are exclusive. Okay, did you guys hate that? I'll tell you why. Because A, it just sucks because Darcey has made herself so desperate and so available. He knows that she has no other one in her life. So he's just like, I'm making the choice right now. Yes, we are. It takes all the romance out of it. Okay, next couple, Benjamin and Akinyi. So this is a similar sitch. Benjamin is also having second thoughts. So he talks to Desiree the night before, but we can't have literally the exact same scene. So now he's talking to Akinyi. He's like, how will I know if you get along with Grayson? And she's like, I'll love him. Well, let's like see. Remember that thing about praying? I'll love him. And we'll just pray on it. And he's like, oh yeah, the praying. Oh yeah, the praying. I forgot. It's always the good answer. He's like, can I pray down that bride price? The next morning, he's making breakfast. It's sausage. Oh, it looks great. What kind of sausage is it? Akinyi's like, so how much money are you taking? And he's like, 800. And she's like, I'll tell you this, that's not gonna be enough. And he's like, okay, well then tell me how much. She's like, no specifics, just that's not enough, go higher. In the confessional, she says like 3,000 is the starting price, and I wish she would have just said that. Akinyi, I don't know if she just thinks that Benjamin knows. Did Akinyi write a full handbook, PDF, and send it to Benjamin before this trip? And did Benjamin say that he read it front to back, and that's why she expects him to know all this stuff? I feel like that's the only viable excuse. Yeah, I read it. What's that thing about how much I should bring again? They like keep hinting at the fact they might be late. They're like, we're running late, we're running late. You know what we should do? Get married. So then he like proposes, and then she's like, get on a knee. Ring doesn't fit, which is kind of a bummer. I wonder what size he got. And was that his first wife's ring? Akinyi's like, thought I would cry. It's weird. So they get dressed in matching outfits. I don't know if Akinyi had to sew them or whatever, because now they actually are running super goddamn late. It's like late as hell. I mean, it is late, and it's like not the thing and not the person to be late for. Benjamin runs in with all of his business and all of his stuff, and he's like, I present to you the beginning parts of my gifts. Akinyi's dad's like, well, thank you for all of this sunny delight that you got us, but that's our funeral drink. We only serve Sunny Delight at funerals, so it's weird that you would bring us so many. And it felt like, did Akinyi set him up? Because why would she make him buy all that stuff? Did she just want all that stuff? Does she want to make him look bad so he has to pay more money? Does she really like Sunny Delight? Did Colleen love Sunny Delight? Are they gonna sell Sunny Delight like a lemonade stand on the side of the road? I mean, what is it? The dad's like, you weren't on time. My sister got up at 7 a.m. and was here on time. Shout out the sister. You know, God bless. Benjamin standing there. Then the dad just calls for Akinyi. And that's not supposed to happen for like a long time. So it's weird and messed up. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, Avery and Omar. This is sad. Avery has to go, you know, and Omar is like sad to see her. Truly he is. I can see it. And she's like, who's gonna play with your beard? He's like, who's gonna play with your hair? Because that's their thing now that he saw the hair, can't get his hands out of it, you know, just like all the hair all the time. Hee 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 hee. I think it's hot. And then she's like, how can I kiss you? Give you a kiss on your hand? And then they kiss each other on the forehead. Oh God. And she gets on the plane. He has a confessional where he said, inside I am broken. More than her. I just can't show it as much, but eyes never lie. Hips never lie either, I guess. Mouths, they do the lying. So, honey, she cries for 30 hours in a plane. She lands. All her makeup's off. Her dad, her mom pick her up. She's in that car. She's already talking about, like, she can't wait to move back to Syria. They're like, this is a horrible idea. In the back of their car, they have, like, one of those stickers of like all their family members, and that's always interested me. Okay, Rebecca and Zied. So they're honey glamping in that Sahara. You know, it's been a little bumpy, it's been a little rocky, you know, and they're on AVs, so they are literally going up and down them hills, exploring the area, but there's ruins, like they go there. It's very beautiful, very old, probably full of energy and history. And I thought that he was about to get on that knee, take out that obnoxious red heart box that would be like something you would put Valentine's Day bullshit in 1997. He doesn't, though. They just spend this time together in the ruins of their dignity. You know, she is so perfect. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. He like holds her head, like starts to get closer to that neck. Then they're eating and he's enjoying now. Like he's had the romantic time. I don't know, the carbs are hidden. He's like, yeah, so beautiful. Everything is so great. And she's like, I have to say something. I'm still married. You are so what? Okay, I am so married. You now, woman, married. Yes, 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 kind of. Well, yes, but I mean, it's like this because I signed the document, he signed the document, but kind of, still, a little bit. Almost not, but technically, check. He's like, why didn't you tell me? He suddenly speaks better English than I ever heard. And then he hops on one of them RVs and just scoots away into the Saharan sunset. And she's just left with what looks like a yummy za'atar bread pizza he didn't finish. That's fine. Just go home. You're done. Let this one go. This relationship seems so unhealthy and toxic that cheering for it and supporting it is damn near impossible. Who out there is like, big fan of Rebecca and Zied? Their love story really touched me.
I find them so relatable.
So romantic.
Nope, no, none of that. No one can say it. Not one person. On Twitter, I'll look. No one has. Okay, final couple is Angela and Michael. So honey, Angela's wearing a bunch of colors, so is Michael, and then they're gonna sit down. There goes them plastic chairs again. Michael is gonna stand up for himself. He didn't stand up for himself really with the cake in the face. He feels bad and disappointed by Angela and the way that she treated his friends. He tells her he's upset, and then she is pretty much like, you know why I got mad? It's what you did. He's like, I know. He's like, it's because of what you did. If you hadn't gone out on that night when I wanted you to stay in because I was feeling whatever way, and then they were like pissed because they wanted you to go out. If you had just done what I wanted you to do, none of this would happen. I'd like your friends, but instead you fucked it up. It's all your fault. But Angela does feel bad. So it's like, you called the goofballs. I want to apologize for the way I acted, but not what I said. Not one word will I take back. But all the flailing and the drink throwing, fine. And the yelling, yeah. Not one word. And they kiss. And it's a sloppy, wet sitch. They get his friend Bodhi, who is going to play mediator because Angela trusts him as being someone who supports the relationship for this goofball sit down, Goofball Summit 2019. We lost a goofball, but two of them come. They just sit down and like twins Tatum apologize. We are sorry, Angela, just to like smooth things over. Angela's like, I accept your apology. I make mistakes every day. She starts to cry. Michael says his piece to his friends and he's like, I wouldn't have done those things to your fiancés. I wouldn't have yelled at them. And they were like, yeah, but they were just kind of like, we decided to like make peace. Because of the personal things that happened between this season and the last season, I think that we are seeing a much more rageful, angry Angela. I think that she has a lot more burdens on her financially. I don't know her involvement or what she knew or whatever, but obviously I'm referencing the fact that Scotty, who was in the first season, her daughter's in jail for basically child molestation. Angela has to like really focus on what's happening in her family. And I definitely don't think like bringing Michael over and paying for him 10 years with all the other shit you have to do is really feasible. And obviously you cannot have another kid. You're done. Stick and fork in you. You're good. I mean, I'll still watch you on TV, but I don't need any more youngins. Thank you all so much for watching this recap. I really, really appreciate it. If you haven't yet already, please like, subscribe. Remember to comment to this video. I will definitely answer. If you want to follow me, you can. I am at Chris L. Farah on Twitter and Instagram. The L is for lens, which is the word I'm looking at right now. Take care of yourselves and each other. Stand up for what you believe and make art. Love you so much. Bye. Some good 90-day Halloween costumes. Obviously, Angela Trump. Tim as his 17-year-old self. Or like a version of Tom's sister that's Bette Midler in Hocus Pocus. Happy Halloween!